Hello, I am Ebony, and I'm back to do an energy reading for Aries. Sun signs, Aries. What's going on? What can be expected? What do they need to know as it relates to this Libra full moon? Aries, happy birthday, Aries. It is Aries season. Aries, sun sign, as it relates to this Libra full moon. What's going on? Aries. If you're new here, I read intuitively. My readings are not gender nor sexuality specific. I read the energies of masculine and feminine. First card, Indigo, Enhance. I'm hearing something about enhanced protection. Cattail, Build. Bottom of the deck, Adventure. We'll see if I'm called to get into the bottom of the deck. So we have Indigo, Enhance for Aries. What is this here? Yeah, I'm getting somebody needs to enhance their protection. Like, cast a wider net. So, for example, if you have protection on your house, you want to expand it to the garage. Maybe 2-3 blocks over. That's real specific. I'm also hearing maybe you want to put protection over your heart. What is this in the physical? This Indigo, Enhanced. I mean, and when I think about enhanced, it just gives me the vibes of making things more pronounced, more prominent. So some of you Aries may take this like, okay, well, should I let people know I have? You know, should it be more prominent or more pronounced in that way? Like I really announce that I have protection? No, but it just needs to be larger, be more expansive. Is what I'm getting here with this protection with this Indigo. This is intuition. Oh yeah, so we got intuition coming out. Intuition, subconscious, fame. What is this clarifying, enhance? Well, you need to trust your intuition, right? You need to trust your intuition, but you're also going through an expansion of the intuition, and you can't be around the wrong people. You're going to start to see some things and know some things to be true, and they're going to trip you out to the point where you don't even want to tell nobody, and you don't need to until you finish downloading, making sense of it, or it becomes a complete picture for you, because can't nobody else give you clarity in terms of what you saw. That's just like when God gives you a gift and you talking to somebody else about it and they don't understand what you want to do, or they not supportive. They didn't get the message. That ain't for them. It's perfect they don't understand, because I ain't talked to them. I didn't say, hey, such and such, go over there. And no, I was talking to you. So this is just like a huge expansion. Some things gonna come out. It's starting with your birthday. So whenever your birthday is, Aries. But it may be 2 days before that for some Aries, especially if your birthday is around the end of March or the very first week of April. So if your birthday is today, your intuition or your dreams may have been showing you things 2 days ago. And this is not to have you going into your birthday all confused and paranoid. You just have to trust yourself. If you're confused about it or you feeling uneasy about it, pray about it. Like, trust God. That came up in your other reading for entrepreneurs. Trust God like you say you do. And pray about it, because can't nobody outside you make you feel better about it, right? Not that you're going to feel bad. Some of y'all, it may just be confirmation of things that you always felt. But when in doubt, you know, and some people may like, oh, well, okay, well, I talked to, you know, a psychic about it. We'll talk to a psychic, but, you know, you still pray about that. Which one to talk to? Okay. Wish, expect, desire, hope. This may be something you manifested, some help that you wanted, something coming in real soon. I do feel like there's somebody watching you, getting readings on you though. Aries. That's like just what came to me. Yeah, we have ship here. Distant travel, transportation. We got 10 of cups. And we have 3 here. I'm getting 333, divine timing, temperance card. The temperance card represents Sagittarius. 333 came up in their reading too. So I don't know if this is you, Aries, somebody you dealing with, or you, whoever's watching this is a cross watcher of Aries, but maybe, yeah, 333 here. So the expansion is coming in of the intuition, the downloads, the confirmation, the affirmation, you know, the affirming, the confirming. I'm just getting, it's going to be wild. Bottom of this deck, I got the moon again. Okay, I don't have a problem with the moon, but we're in a full moon in Libra, and Libra is I balance. And like I was saying, I think I said in the Sag video, we're in Aries season, so it's just giving an energy of aggression. You know, both of them together, because Libra and Aries are opposite signs of each other, hence we're in Aries season, and there's a Libra full moon, but they're also both masculine signs. One is a cardinal sign, and I think one is a cardinal sign, and I think, I'm sorry, Aries is a cardinal sign, meaning they initiate things. Aries season initiates spring, and then Libra, I'm just checking my notes. Libra is a, no, they're both cardinal signs. That's right, I forgot. They're both masculine signs. They're both cardinal signs. So they both are initiators, originators. Just getting real explosive, right? Be cautious and be careful. Maybe you do want to check out that Sag reading if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, or you got Sagittarius placements. Even though I only pull for sun sign, usually like rising and moon signs will creep their way into the resonation of the video itself or the message. So we have build, cattail. What is this here for Aries? Hold on, I'm just intuiting. Somebody wants something new. Somebody want to be better. They don't want to deal with certain shit no more. They don't even want to attract certain things anymore. I feel you on that. Been there, done that, Aries. Ciao. Whoa. Clarify bills. Cattail is a fern. I'm thinking about Fern Gully. I think that was a movie and a book. I don't know, but I don't remember it. It's either a book or a movie. Might even been a cartoon. Yeah, somebody getting readings on you. I'm hearing that shit again. Damn. They may be currently doing it though. We got Queen of Swords. Ooh. This is air energy, Aries, not Aries. Well, yes, Aries, I'm talking to you, but Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Queen of Swords. This is air energy. This is like truth and proof. Truth and proof, Queen of Swords, all right? All about gathering the information. Then you got Libra with balancing, and Aquarius. I think they can be a little bit disruptive. Like once they start talking, it's up, right? But it's giving me Virgo energy because in this reading, it's giving me Virgo energy, which is an earth sign, because I call this the queen bitch of the tarot. Like, she knows the answer before the question is asked. It's Queen of Swords, right? And you see she got it ready. Like, don't come with no bullshit, because it's not going to be sugar-coated. It's not going to be woo-woo-wooed. It's like, depending on the mood, and hopefully she's feeling balanced. Because I'm thinking about Libra, full moon. Hopefully she's feeling balanced, or hopefully she, you know, wants to speak in balance, right? Because she may be feeling balanced, but don't feel like fucking being bothered. That's why I'm getting Virgo from it. And then it's just like, oh, okay, you want to play? Like, you don't know what I'm talking about? You don't know what I'm saying? All right, let me give you an example. And I'm getting more Virgo because Libra can be more diplomatic. Gemini could be a little rowdy, right? But Aquarius, like I said, once they get to talking, but I also feel like you kind of got to make them mad. But as a Virgo myself, sometimes, like, if we don't feel like being bothered and you bringing this shit to us and you just like gonna force me to deal with it, or you feel like there's some audacity, there's some owing, you know, it depends on the mood. It's just like, all right, I'm gonna show you why they call me a bitch. Wonder why they call you bitch. Wonder why they call me a bitch. You want me to show you? Okay, Aries. But yeah, so I just feel like you want to build. You want to, like, it's just really giving like you don't want to be in certain situations anymore, right? Your intuition is expanding. This energy, this Queen of Swords, but I'm getting Virgo energy, dominant. And they ain't got to be a Virgo, but I'm just getting that. Is giving no, I'm hearing no, they got to be a Virgo. Okay, all right, so they got to be a Virgo, or that's what I'm getting, because I already resonate with you, and it's like, yeah, I'm getting the clarity, I'm getting this, and they are a Virgo. But they're gonna tell you the truth. They're gonna tell you the truth to help you rebuild, confirm, affirm even more. And this may have been something you wanted, this confirmation, this clarity, this expansion of the intuition, as well as some hope to avoid and not be in certain situations anymore. Because I definitely understand that. That was the situation I was in, and it's like, I don't want to be here ever again in my life. And then I was off to the races after that. And once I did that, all that encompassed, I don't want to be here ever again. I don't want to attract this. Like, Somebody ain't ready. Waste, worthless, mouse. So this may be where Aries is at when this bill needs to come in, and when this Virgo energy needs to come in. This may be where they're at. Like, you gotta, you know, or this may be, you know, where they're saying, I don't want to be here ever again anymore. This state. You see the liquor bottles, the bed on the floor, like, you don't see no food, you just see liquor. That might be Pedialyte, maybe. I'm being hopeful, right? Broken bottles, like, it's just giving a little bit destitute in ways. But it's really because Aries, like, you don't really know how. You don't want to be here again, right? You want to build, right? Build yourself up, mind, body, and spirit. Not just your bag, your emotions, your ego, your self-esteem. And it's like building the ego. Yeah, building the ego to the point where whatever's outside of you don't really affect you. You're not moving from your ego, right? Yeah, this may be where you're at and needing to build from, so you don't never be here again. But it's giving trigger warning. I feel like you're around an energy that triggers you, that is basically a repeating of childhood trauma, right? Because sometimes, or can you understand, and I feel like the goal to get like, you're here or they're here, however is resonating, or you need help from getting from here. The goal is to transform, to have a rebirth, right? You're having this expansion here, but it's just like, okay, but I still don't know how to, you know, but, and that's how you know healing is not linear, right? Because they talk about how the chakras, how you got to get the lower chakras together first, but sometimes what's going on in the lower chakras causes, you know, help or some type of a knowing of the higher chakras too. Okay. It's going to take like a lot of work, right? But I feel like if you get the right help, you can avoid this. Endings, letting go, illness. We have 8, abundance, right? 8 represents Saturn, but it also represents karma and abundance. That's when you get the angel number 888, and we have 9 of Pentacles here. 9 of Pentacles is where you're trying to get to, right? I'm gonna show you the 9 of Pentacles card because she pretty. She, he, take it how it resonates. There is a female energy depicted on the card, but it's basically a person that's abundant, self-sufficient, living in luxury, got everything they want, need, and desire. The only thing is they are unmarried, right? They're balanced, they're whole, they're not ego-driven. This is the 9 of Pentacles. This is where you want to be. Right? And I feel like this intuition, this 10 of Cups is emotional fulfillment. That's going to help you too. Right? Because some of y'all, I'm getting these to repent, but I'm seeing it more like you need to apologize. You need to apologize. So enhancement and expansion of intuition as well as protection. And that could be around your intuition too. But I feel like the protection came in mainly for like whatever protection you have in the physical. Your intuition is fine, right? This God did, right? God was like, it's time for the expansion of your intuition. So you good on that. And then you have like You're seeing something is confirming. And now you just like, I don't even want to be here ever again. You know. And you want to get up out of this. Right? And you want to get up out of this waste, worthless mouse. Small, continuous theft. Concern, small, continuous theft is what mouse represents. It's slowly taken away from you, constantly taken away from you, but slowly. Yeah, you may want to check out the Sag reading. Because that mouse, when we talk about the mouse here on this card, that could be an actual individual, not just your ways of being when you're feeling worthless and all this other stuff. It could be an actual individual, right? And that individual could be you, could be somebody else, because there could be notes of self-sabotage. I mean, but we have this state, whatever that state represents for you, and like after you do the drinking, the having sex, the smoking, you feel guilty, you feel like you shouldn't have did it, and you keep completing that, or not completing it, but keep going through that cycle over and over and over again. So it's just like making this change, right, can help you get, here, endings, letting go, end the cycle, let go of what is no longer serving you. It's easier said than done, and I know that, right? But that's why you want to get you some help, because it's definitely easier said than done. I was reading some today, and this lady was talking about, she said she was a therapist, and she was talking about shadow work. And she's like, most of the stuff she see online, shadow work is really like at the surface. And she was like, to sit in your shadow, you have to sit in your anger, you have to sit in your shame, your guilt, whatever it is for you that's considered some type of darkness, uncomfortableness, uneasiness, you have to sit in it. And I'm thinking like, shit. Yeah, she said she was a therapist, and I'm like, that's facts. And she was kind of like, she was saying that most people is just at the surface, and I don't know if it's just at the surface. I know you have to start at the surface, right? But I feel like she was trying to imply that it stayed at the surface. Like, you just work on the outer and not the inner, And I get that. And I feel like she was right with that. Queen of Swords, unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded, perceptive. Unbiased judgment. Now, I know some of y'all like, you talk about Virgo. Virgos are judgmental, right? I get that a lot as a Virgo. People like, oh, you judging. And it's like, no, I'm not. Now, maybe some Virgos do. I don't know. Even though I got people that are Virgos in my life, and I don't feel like, well, I can only speak like of a couple, not all of them, right? Because I don't talk to all of them in depth. But I don't feel like I pass judgment. I'm going to say what it is. It is what it is. You get what I mean? Like, I had a conversation recently, and somebody was referring to the situation they were talking about, and somebody close to them as like a hoe. Like, they was hoes or whatever. And people like, oh, don't call him a hoe. I didn't really feel like that person was calling them a 304 in the pejorative. Like, I felt like they were just saying, in order for me to give you the full picture, these are the activities they were doing. Now, that's the word that they chose to use, but that may be their language, their vernacular. They may not say stuff like sex worker. And they may not say stuff like that. They may just say, okay, but I don't feel like it was said in the derogatory, right? It wasn't a judgment being passed. So back to Virgos and being judgmental, right? Because we got this Queen of Swords, and it's like unbiased judgment. This Virgo that can help you, this Queen of Swords energy that can help you, and they could have air in their chart. I do feel like it won't be any judgment, even though they're Virgo, based off of what the collective feels about Virgo. It won't be any judgment. It'll be more of, it is what it is. Because me, I get people like, oh, Virgos are judgmental, but the only time I hear that is from people that have done shit where it's just like, okay, maybe they feel like being judged, but it's like, no, the stuff that they do, people have something to say about it. So it's just like any verbal consequence, or not even consequence, any verbal response to some of the actions, depending on the person, especially in that low vibrational, it feels like judgment. Possibly because you know you ain't had no business doing that shit. But for me as a Virgo, it's just like, no, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm gonna just call it what it is. It is what it is. Just like with parents, I tell people it's easier to heal from your parents if you look at them as people versus parents. It takes a minute to do the separation, and it's not like the separation lasts forever. But if you step outside of this position, this title of child, and see them as a woman or man, you can understand some things from where they're at in their mindset, right? But I'm saying that to say, get you some help so you can end the cycle and let go of the illness here. This energy here can help you build, rebuild, lay a new foundation, reformat. Yeah, because you need some rest. You need some rest. You need some healing. You need some meditation. And then you can have this new beginning. This new beginning in love, money, career, foundation. I'm also seeing somebody doing some type of acting. But yeah, that's what I have for you, Aries. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and or comment. If you would like a personal reading, all the information to schedule that will be listed below in the description box. Definitely some renewal, some healing, some rest, some meditation. Thank you.